Ryan, put our palm together and read from beginning of.
Namo Fundamental Teacher Sakyamuni Buddha. Namo Fundamental Teacher Sakyamuni Buddha. Namo Fundamental Teacher Sakyamuni Buddha. The answer past for such wonderful Dharma in 100,000 kilometers is difficult to encounter. Now that I come to receive it and hold it with my sight and hearing, I vow to form the first come one true and actual meaning.
Okay. All right. Let's do 1 minute meditation. Okay. Let me quickly. Okay. All right. So keep your back straight, your neck straight. Close your eye. Inhale and exhale to the nose. You count one. Inhale and exhale to the nose. Take out two. Keep going. And now, if you lose track of your counting, just stop from one. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Good. Close your eye, con. Inhale and exhale. Thank you. Okay. Ryan, Michelle,
15.
Nala, and Kathleen.
18. 21.
Good. Thank you. Okay. I'm not too sure where we stopped last time, but it's, you know what, let me, okay. All right, Michelle, you can start from beginning.
We only hope that the world under one will pity and save us. Please tell us how we can repay the deep kindness of our parents. At that time, the Tathagata used 8 kinds of perfectly deep and pure sounds to speak to the assembly. All of you should know this. I will now explain for you the various aspects of this matter. If there were a person who carries his father on the left shoulder and his mother on his right shoulder, until his bones were ground to powder by their weight and bored through the marrow, and if that person were to accumulate Mount Cebu and 100,000 couples until the blood that flowed out covered his ankles, that person would not have repaid the deep kindness of his parents.
Okay, you understand what you just read right now? Just tell me
That
right here.
if he were to do very hard things, he would still not be able to pay his parents' kindness.
Right. That means you carry one side of your shoulder and the shoulder is left side. You carry your father. Right side you carry your mother, and you do that, and you go around the mountain, right, for 100,000 lifetime. We're talking about 100,000 lifetime, not only 100 time, but lifetime. That means it's a long time, right? And even until the blood come out the round and go over his ankle, right? And you know what? With this very difficult work, right? We still not be able to repay our parent kindness. Just remember that. Very tough work, but still not yet repay it. Nila.
Maybe.
The third one.
Okay.
There you go.
If there were a person who, during the period of a fraud with famine and starvation, sliced the flesh off his own body to feed his parents, and did this as many times as there are dust motes, as he passed through hundreds of thousands of kalpas, that person still would not have repaid the deep kindness of his parents.
You
If there
Nila, you understand what you can do?
kind of
Okay, tell me what you understand, go.
that there's a boy trying to help his parents and feed them.
Good. You know what is during the period, that means the time of a kappa, famine. You know what is famine? Starvation, you know what does that mean?
I know starvation.
You know what is starvation mean?
Yeah.
That means when the people go hungry, right? No food to eat, right? During a long time of hungry, right? Hunger, that means a lot of people go hungry. And even though that means include ourselves, include our parents, even though we try our best to slide the fat of the body, of our own body. What does that mean, Nela?
That
No, slide the flesh of his own body. What does that mean?
cut himself.
Yeah, he cut his flesh. That means his meat, right, on his body off, so he can feed his flesh to his parent. Because during that time there no food, right? It's very tough to find food for the parent, for himself. So what do? He go ahead and use his own body to cut the flesh. Maybe one small piece of flesh a day. No, one and he do that. He feed his parent to make sure his parent not go hungry, and he do this at many there are that's most that means so many times. It's unbelievable, right? Pass through 100,000, a hundred of thousand. That means 100,000 of kappa. Kappa that means lifetime gone. It's a lifetime, many lifetime. You cannot count. So that person still would not have repaid the deep kindness of parent. You understand why we cannot be able to repay the deep parent kindness? Myself,
They did a lot for us.
right? Even though we do this kind of very tough, very difficult task, but we cannot be able to repay. Why was that?
They sacrificed mostly everything for us.
They sacrifice not only material, physically, but most of the time they sacrifice their emotion, right? They constantly worry day and night, even though when they get old and they have become, because they worry for us too much, they become blind, right? They cannot see. They and you know what? They cannot eat. They cannot sleep whenever they think about us because we make them worry. That's why, even though when we are bad kids, right? When we become a bad people, do you think they will abandon us?
No.
No, they will not abandon us, but they still love us because of that. That's why it become very deep kindness of the parent, and nothing we can do for that. Okay, all right. Okay, Ryan.
Where?
Here you go.
Would not have to if there was a person who, for the sake of His father and mother used a sharp knife to cut out his heart and load so that the blood flowed and covered the ground. And if he continued in this way to do this for hundreds of thousand years, for the house never once compliment complaining
Never,
about
never one complaining.
never once complaining about the pain that persons will still not have repaid the deep kindness of their parents.
Okay, this one right here, this one right here, even though whatever we learn now, right here, do not do it. Okay, this is too extreme. Don't go home and do it. No, don't do that. But we learn to understand this is the difficult task that even though we do it, but we cannot be able to repay. That's the only thing we can learn. But do not do it. Understand, Ryan?
Yes.
Okay, understand, Nila and Michelle?
Yes.
Good, good. So, so if this person who, for the sake of his mother and father, use a short knife to cut his heart and liver so that the blood flow and go further around. So what he did do, and that means we can use when he used his heart and liver and cut it and give, maybe he can do the donation to the other people, right? He can donate his organ to other people. And he do this for many lifetimes and very tough work like this, and he never complained about his pain, right? Even though this, that whatever that is very good deed, right? Very excellent good deed. When you donate the organ to other people like this, it's an excellent good deed. But even though you can do that hard work, you cannot be able to repay the parent kindness. Okay, so Kathleen,
At that time, upon hearing the Buddha speak about the kindness and virtue about parents, everyone in the great assembly wept silent tears and felt stirring pain in their hearts. They reflected deeply, simultaneously brought forth shame and said to the Buddha, world honored one, how can we repay the deep kindness of our parents?
okay,
The Buddha
you understand this thing? Why the people, that means his disciple, after hearing the Buddha speak about the kindness and virtue of the parent, and they, you know what, they wept silently and tear and feel so painful in their heart. You know why they feel pain?
because they feel shamed.
Tina, do you know? Oh no, I mean Michelle. Do you know why do they feel pain?
Because they're sad.
Why are they sad?
Because they realize um how bad how hard is it to repay their parents' kindness?
Okay, let me teach you this. Maybe in the past they treat their parent good or bad. Kevin,
Bad.
very bad, right? They might treat parent bad because they do not know about this. They haven't heard the Buddha teaching like this before. So therefore, they don't know how the parent kindness is. Therefore, in the past, they haven't heard about this. Therefore, sometimes they treat the parent bad, right? And they feel remorse after they hear the Buddha teaching. They feel remorse and they feel pain. You understand that? You understand that, Kelly?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you when we did something bad that we don't know, right? Now we understand that is bad thing, and we feel so pain. We feel so sorrow about ourselves. Why should I do that? I shouldn't do that, right? But now I understand. Okay. Dylan, good boy. Come on, đọc cái này con. Dylan. Uh,
The Buddha replied, this
disciple,
disciple of the Buddha, if you wish to repay your parents' kindness, write out this substance on your behalf.
recite this sutra on their behalf. Okay, you have, but no, okay, that's okay. Go on. Michelle, go ahead and read this one for me. Michelle,
Yes.
read the bottom one.
At that time, upon hearing the Buddha speak about the depth of one's parents' kindness, everyone in the great assembly threw themselves on the ground and began beating their breasts and striking themselves until their pores flowed with blood. Some
Okay, hold on. No, I mean, hold on. Here, I mean this one way. The Buddha replied.
The Buddha replied, the disciples of Buddha, if you wish to repay your parents' kindness, write out the sutra on their behalf, recite the sutra on their behalf, repent transgressions and offenses on their behalf. For the sake of your parents, make offerings to the triple gem. For the sake of your parents, have the precepts of pure eating. For the sake of your parents, practice giving and cultivate blessings. If you are able to do these things, you are being a godly child. If you do not do these things, you are a person destined to the hell.
Okay, now you understand this. Do you understand this one?
That there was a sutra Buddha said that we would read on their parents' behalf to become a godly child.
Okay, this is the sutra that we are learning right now. That's what the Buddha said, that if we write or copy or recite this sutra right here, this is the one we are learning right now. On the parent, right? On the behalf of the parent, that's what it says. And repaying of the progression and of plan of on their behalf. That means we have to repay the karma that they did and also our own karma. So for on their behalf. And why the Buddha said that if we if we make an offering to the triple gem, you know who are the triple gem? Michelle?
I think it's the Buddha.
Who? Triple, that means three. Who are the three? Kathleen.
The Buddha, the Dharma, and Sangha.
Yeah, Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. Michelle, you should know this, right? This is the very basic, okay? Triple gem or three jewel, they are the same thing, okay? So if we hold the preset of the pure eating and we practice the giving and we cultivate the blessing and we also recite this sutra or writing a copy of this sutra, these are the way that we can repay the parent kindness. Okay, who can tell me why when we try, if the person try to use the knife to cut the heart, his heart to donate to other people, or carry the father and the mother on the shoulder for 100,000 of kappa, it's not even compared to this thing. Who can tell me that? Not even compared to the one we just do, writing this sutra or copied it or recite this sutra. Why? Kathleen, you understand why? Why when we did the very difficult task to try to repay the parent, right, by carry the parent on both shoulders, right? But we cannot be able to even though for that difficult task, it's not even be able to repay. But we only if we only recite the sutra or copy it and and holding the precept and practice the given and cultivate the blessing, that is more important. That we can be able to do this to repay, not the other way, not that they carry the parent. Do you know why? What the difference? Karen, you understand?
A little bit.
Little bit. Okay. The reason is listen. This is very important. Okay. When we carry the parent on the shoulder and we do that to cultivate the mountain, or when we cut our flesh to feed the parent for many times, or when we cut our heart or liver to donate, right? All these things represent the material. Does it make sense? Kathleen, you understand? Material, do they have limit or they have no limit?
No limit.
No, they do have limit, right? They do have limit. Because physical only, how many body do you have?
One.
Yeah, one body. That's why you can, when we cut the heart or the liver, we only cut only one heart or one liver for one body, right? Even though we been through 100,000 lifetime, that means we have only 100,000 liver and heart. That's it. That's how many people we can save. Only 100,000 people. That makes sense? Marcel, you understand, Marcel?
Yeah.
Okay, because the material always limit. Because it always it's not many. But when we recite the sutra or when we write it sutra out, and we, you know what the purpose of writing the sutra or copy the sutra? What do we do with that? Kathleen and Nella.
Yeah.
When we copy the sutra, what do we do with that?
The what?
Vincent. When we write out this sutra on behalf of the parent, when we write or when we make a copy of the sutra, what do we want to do? Michelle, you understand this?
Yes.
Well, what do we want to do?
We are gonna give them something impermanent. Permanent. Like I think if we give them our heart or our bodies, then it would be permanent. But when we recite the sutra or write the sutra, then we are giving them something permanent.
No, not permanent or impermanent. Okay, here. When we write this sutra or copy this sutra, we give to the people. We help them to understand the Buddha teaching. You understand? When the people understand the sutra teaching, they will practice the blessing, right? They will respect their parents. They know how to practice the blessing, how to do the giving, how to become the filial children, right? That means respect the parents. When we help one person to become a good person, the most very good person, compared to the one that we only use the organ to give to that person, and that person can live for a few years. But do you think the person who receive our organ, do you think that they can become a good person? Myself?
If they were previously bad, then they would probably be continuing to be bad.
Yeah, that's correct. So they no guarantee that they will become a good person, right? After they receive our the organ, right? But when we help them to understand the Buddha teaching, that means understand how to respect the parent by give them a copy of this sutra. That means we help them to understand the parent kindness, and therefore they will change their mind and they will become the good children to the parent. Does that make sense? Michelle?
Yes.
That's why help one person to become a good person. The blessing you get is unbelievable. Okay, that's why that's the big difference right there. Catherine, no, I mean Kathleen. Kathleen, you understand, Gong?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I will thumbs up. Oh man, it's on thumbs up already. Uh, it's time up. I want to show. I think some of you already see this movie, but this is a very good movie. I want you to. Okay, let me read the subtitle so you understand it. Okay. Sacrifice life to feed the tigers. I think some of you already see this, but this is a very good movie. This is the past life of the Buddha. Okay. Once upon a time, the Buddha was preaching to his disciple in the forest in the Panchaya. The land was smooth and flat. There were no thorns, but beautiful flower and soft grass everywhere. Would you like to see the relic of a Bodhisattva who won under the aesthetic? We would like to see that. The Buddha half bow to the stupa and circulate the stupa one time to show the respect. Well, on the one. You are respected and worship of Zenabin. Why? But why do you worship this pagoda? Ananda, you could play up on this pagoda. Yes, we're on the one. Please bring it to me. We're on the one. There are Buddhist relics of wonderful color inside this box. Now you can worship this relic. They are the result of incredible practice sacrifice in this society. They are bestowed in wood to sow the seed of the good. I have been able to attend the Supreme Bodhi quickly. Because the story behind this relic, I worship them, show the gratitude in the help they gave me. Now should tell you the story so you can resolve your own. Now you should listen carefully. We are happy to listen. Once upon a time, there was a king called Mahantara. His country was prosperous and strong. The people there all follow Buddhism and live rich and happy life. The queen and her three twins were kind, humble, and thrifty, and deeply respected by people of the country. Thank you, our queen. Sure. Don't worry. Calm down, calm down. That's it. Well done. This are for you. Thank you. What a great twins, right? The next day, the prince are going to visit and are waiting outside. Please let them in. You can all come in now. Good morning, Mom. Go and have great time with Father. And remember, yes, Mom. Mom, you don't look well today. I can just a bit tired. Should I stay with you here? No, don't worry, Saba. Uh, go ahead and yes, Mom. We would never able to see the wonderful scenery in the palace. Yes, it's so beautiful. Even mosquito, isn't it rather? Also, all the creatures underwater and they actually benefit each other. Hmm. Look what giant Mary over there. Wow, we must collect some for mom. Delicious. Tucker, there are a lot of and hurry. Come and help us pick them. There's group unable to look for. If the tiger cannot find enough food to eat, then starvation might force her to divorce her cook. What is their favorite food? Could we offer some berry to satisfy their hunger? Blood and blood are the staple food for of the tiger and the leo. They cannot survive on anything else. If the tigers die, and the seven cooks were not able to survive for long either. How can we get some flesh and blood to save them? Who would be willing to make such a great sacrifice for them? I don't know. Nothing. He had difficult sacrifice one own life. Okay, today we stop right here. I think some of you already see this movie, but this is show you how difficult thing to do, but the Buddha have done that in the past. So that's why he become Buddha quickly. All right. Kathleen, say, may I go?
May I be healthy?
May I be healthy? Everyone turn on your mic on. Say together with her.
May I be safe?
May
May I be wise?
I be nice?
Okay. All right. Ryan, may our day.
May they be happy? May they be passionate?
May they be compassionate?
That's good. All right. Thank you. I will see you next time. Nam mô Di Đà Phật con.
Không như Phật
Phật